Hi, and welcome to our Digital Tools for Problem Solving course. I am Riccardo, and together we will look up on how to improve the problem-solving methodology with digital tools. Now, let's move on to the table of contents.
In Unit 1, we'll have a look on the first part on the problem-solving methodology. So, what is the problem-solving methodology, which is an introduction to the topic? And we'll start with the problem sensing, else called problem finding. In Unit 2, we'll look at the second part on the problem-solving methodology, speaking about the definition and analysis of the problem, the solution proposal, the solution choice, followed by the implementation strategy, and on the end, the check of the result. Unit 3 is about the methodological tools, the first part. So we will talk about digital team working, the design thinking, followed by the brainstorming, and in the end, how to perform a stakeholders and needs analysis. In Unit 4, we will talk about methodological tools, the second part, and hospital-based health technology assessment. The topics will be project time scheduling, the PDCA, also called Deming cycle, the 5W and 2H method, how to create a solution matrix, and the hospital-based HTA. In the fifth unit, we'll have a look on a problem-solving platform, Miro, and we'll have an example of a ultrasound machine acquisition.
What is problem solving? Problem solving is a cognitive process used to analyze and solve a given situation or problem we can encounter.
The core of this process is the real understanding of the players involved, the problem we are looking at and the root causes, the stakeholders involved and their needs, the context we are working in, which is very important, the expected outcomes, and possible constraints we have to take in mind. Problem solving is one of the most requested soft skills, both in today's and tomorrow working environment. And it has proven crucial during the COVID-19 pandemic, as we had to face a lot of challenge every day, especially for the healthcare workforce. The goal of this methodology is to get the best possible solution that will fit our need. In order to do that, we have to leave every predefined path, and instead we have to change our perspective, apply a structured thinking, and that will eventually lead us to an out-of-the-box solution. The problem-solving process is made up by 5 steps. The first one, which is actually optional, is the problem sensing, followed by the definition and analysis of the problem we are working on. After that, we have a solution proposal, followed by the solution choice. We will then choose the implementation strategy, and we will end with the check of the results. Now, let's talk about problem sensing, else called problem finding. Before being able to analyze a problem, its existence has to be identified. This might seem quite obvious, but quite often, problems will have an impact for some time before they are brought to the attention to someone who can do anything about them. This can happen for many reasons, mainly related to a communication issue or communication gap between stakeholders. For example, the staff, so the workforce, and the management not talking to each other. Think about a non-critical malfunctioning that happens rarely to different workers at the end of a long 12-hour shift. It will be easily ignored until when the malfunctioning gets critical and the assets need repair, so our machine is actually broken. A good practice is to implement a fault data log where all the issues can be recorded at the end of each shift. Sometimes, while looking for a problem, we can find another one related to the first. We can call it a sub-problem. Of course, if you already know that you have a problem to work on, you can just skip to the next step. As an example, I can show you a central patient monitoring system, as you can see in this picture. It's a device we can find in wards and ICU. It shows live vitals of all patients. It works with a computer, and being switched on 24/7, it is very prone to faulty hard drives and power supply. Usually, the fault is advised by random reboot, blue screen, and shutoffs. If not reported, the central patient monitoring system will break down, leaving the ward, or worse, the ICU, for hours, if not days, without having the possibility to live monitor their patients. This is why it is very important to report problems before they get worse.